Asghar Hussain Razvi, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University, Lucknow. And today my topic is Mohr's circle. Today we will discuss few cases, how to find out how to draw the Mohr circle of various elements that are experiencing stresses on various axes. And first cases that we are discussing here is Mohr circle for an element subjected to two mutually perpendicular stresses. Mohr circle for an element two mutually perpendicular stresses. First of all, we'll draw the diagram that is carrying two mutually perpendicular stresses in x and y direction respectively, and we'll see that we have to calculate the normal stress, the resultant stress and tangential stress at some principal plane, that is at an angle of theta from the major principal axis. Before drawing the Mohr circle, first of all we have to scale our units, and we have to draw the two axes, that is y axis and x axis. After drawing the x and y axis, we will point out the origin and we will see the value of both the stresses sigma x and sigma y acting on their respective planes. So here we can see that first of all we will scale the stresses. For example, if sigma x is 100 Newton per mm square, let the scale be 1 centimeter equals to 10 Newton per mm square. So every centimeter will show 10 Newton per mm square. So after pointing out the value of sigma x along the x axis, we will point it as A. This will be the value of sigma x. Now we will plot the value of sigma y. Let it be something which is less than sigma x. Here we are considering that sigma x is greater than sigma y. Let here this point be B and it represents the value of sigma y. After plotting point A and point B, we will draw the perpendicular bisector from point A and point B, and we will join these two perpendicular bisectors, and the point where this line meets is the center of the circle. With C as center and CA or CB as radius, we will draw a circle. This is the Mohr circle. And to find the value of the resultant stress, the normal stress and the tangential stress that is acting on this principal plane, we will take twice this angle theta from CA. This is 2 theta, and we will extend this line. This will meet the Mohr circle at point H. After that, we will drop a perpendicular on x axis and mark this point as I. Further, we will join H and O. This is the complete Mohr circle for the first case that we are discussing here of elements subjected to two mutually perpendicular stresses. This angle will be phi, that is the angle of obliquity. So to find out the value of resultant stress, the resultant stress is sigma r, and it is denoted by OH. With the scale we will measure this value, and this will be the resultant stress sigma r. To find the tangential stress, we will point out this. The tangential stress will be equals to HI, and we will put the scale here and we will measure this HI distance. And the normal stress will be OI. We can find out the value of resultant stress, tangential stress and normal stress by just putting the scale and multiplying later by the scale that we have taken earlier. This is the first case that we have discussed today. The next case is when the Mohr circle of an element is subjected to two mutually perpendicular unlike stresses. In this case, we can see that there are two mutually perpendicular stresses that are acting along x and y axis, but they are unlike. The sigma x stress is tensile in nature and sigma y is compressive in nature. And we know that the direct stresses are shown on the x axis and shear stress is shown on y axis. For this, we don't have any shear stress, so we will directly draw it on x axis. As we have taken in the previous case the scales, similarly we will take the scales in this too. We know that the positive or tensile stresses are shown on positive x-axis and the compressive stresses are negative in nature and they are shown on negative x-axis. Let this point be the value of sigma x and point B is the value of sigma y. Similarly, like in the previous case, we have taken perpendicular bisectors. We will draw perpendicular bisector and the point that it meets on the x-axis will be taken as the center of the Mohr circle, and with CA or CB as radius, we will draw a circle for two unlike mutually perpendicular stresses. In a similar fashion to the previous case, we will draw 2 theta angle from the center and we will draw a line that will meet the Mohr circle at point H. We will draw a perpendicular on x-axis and mark it as point I. Again, we will join H and O. The resultant stress for the present case of unlike two mutually perpendicular stresses is OH, similar to the previous case. This will be the tangential stress sigma T equals to HI, and finally the normal stress is sigma N equals to OI, and angle HOI is the angle of obliquity. This is the second case with having only two mutually perpendicular stresses and no shear stress. Now we will see a case that has shear stress in it. Next case is that we have to draw Mohr circle for an element subjected to two mutually perpendicular stresses accompanied by simple shear stress producing a clockwise moment. Stresses First of all, we will draw the diagram for the element. This is sigma x normal stress or direct stress acting along x axis. This is sigma y, the direct stress acting along y axis. This is the principal plane at an angle of theta with the major principal plane. And now we will show the shear stresses acting on this element. Similar to the previous two cases, we will draw the Mohr circle by taking a certain scale of in Newton per mm square, and accordingly we will draw the diagram. First of all, we will draw the x and y axis. We will mark the origin. We will scale the x and y axis accordingly as per the requirement. With OA, we will point out the value of sigma x. With OB, we will point out the value of sigma y as we have taken in the previous cases. In this case, we are also experiencing the shear stress, and we know that the shear stresses are always plotted on the y axis, and the clockwise shear stresses are always taken as positive, and the anti-clockwise shear stresses are taken as negative. So we can see that on the major stress plane, we are experiencing clockwise movement due to shear stress. So we will draw tau, value of tau, and we will mark this point as D, because on the major principal plane it is clockwise, that's why we have taken it in positive y axis, and in the minor principal plane it is anti-clockwise, and thus it will be marked in negative y axis. After marking the point D and E, we will join these 2 points by the scale, and the point at which these 2 points cuts the x-axis, that point will be marked as the center of the circle. Next step is we have to draw the circle. We will draw the circle by taking CD or CE as radius. So by taking CD as radius, we will draw a circle. This is the Mohr circle for the given figure. To find out the normal, the shear, the normal, the tangential and the resultant stress, we will draw an angle of 2 theta from CD. 2 theta. And like we have done in the previous two cases, we will extend this line, and this will meet the Mohr circle at point H. We will drop a perpendicular. It will meet the x-axis at I. We will join HO, the angle phi HOI. The angle HOI is angle phi. This is the angle of obliquity. Again, like in the previous two cases, we can see this I and O is the normal stress. This H and I is the tangential stress, and this O to H is the resultant stress for this Mohr circle that of an element that is subjected to two mutually perpendicular stress accompanied by a simple shear stress that is producing clockwise moment. That's all for today. Thank you.